Hello everyone, welcome back to the billyGOAT channel. I'm Billy, and this is my first ever video game review. Today we'll be taking a look at Satisfactory, a first-person sci-fi factory simulator game from Coffee Stain Studios. I picked this game up back in April off Steam. It is PC only, it's an early access game, and it costs $30, so when I saw it I was like, I'll give it a try. You know, it seemed kind of interesting to me, being a first-person game and everything. I've played about 90 hours of it so far, and I can say that it's definitely been worth the money. Before I get to why this is probably my favorite game of the year so far, let's go over the basics. In Satisfactory, you play as the engineer, an employee of the futuristic megacorporation Fix-It. At the beginning of the game, you're dropped into one of 4 starting biomes and directed to use the planet's resources to construct increasingly complex products. The game feels similar to Minecraft in its opening hours, with lots of collecting leaves and cutting down trees to power your first assembly lines with biomass. Progression in Satisfactory follows a tier system that introduces new parts and production equipment when you deliver required materials to your home base. For example, Tier 0 is the tutorial level, teaching the basics of mining, smelting, and power generation. Tier 1 adds ramps and foundations for base building, Tier 2 expands on assembly and logistics, and so on, all the way up to Tier 8, where nuclear power and particle accelerators become available. Even at 90 hours played, I've only reached Tier 6, which should give you an idea of the density of content in this game. One of the things I really appreciate about Satisfactory is the freedom you have in the design of your factories and the fun variety of tools at your disposal in achieving your personal goals. There is no right way to build, there's no time limits, and there's no penalties for dismantling things you've constructed, which allows you to experiment with different layouts for maximum efficiency. But if you don't care about efficiency or the way your factory looks, that's okay. Sometimes you might want to build a grotesquely twisted spaghetti ball of conveyors and machines just to pump out a couple parts that you need at the moment, and hey, as long as it works, it doesn't really matter. The game just has a relaxed attitude that prioritizes creativity and fun above all else. Speaking of fun, Satisfactory puts an emphasis on movement that I think is rare in this type of game. Everything about navigation, whether it be scrolling through a crafting menu or drifting across a sand dune in your Explorer buggy, is fine-tuned for ease of use and responsiveness. I remember when I first discovered that if you crouch while running and then jump, your engineer will bound over the terrain like a roided-up Olympic athlete. It seemed sort of over the top at the time, like putting Michael Bay-style explosions in a Gran Turismo game. But then I kept playing, and soon enough I was unlocking vehicles with unique physics, jetpacks, zip lines, jump pads, jelly pads, hyper tubes. There's even a factory cart for touring your creations, or pulling off extreme stunts if that's more your style. Satisfactory does a great job of making the journeys between your factories just as enjoyable as the building itself. I should probably talk about the primary mechanics of the game before I go any further. Simply put, the construction aspect of Satisfactory is executed to near perfection, which is crucial for a game like this. Foundations, conveyors, and machines snap together automatically, utilizing a grid system that works wonders to give your factories a clean, professional look. They can also be placed directly on the ground or any flat surface, allowing you to build in unconventional areas. Each machine, including power lines and pipes, has its own menu that shows important information like power consumption, efficiency, or liquid flow rates. The simple UI and addictive building combines in a way that never hinders your creative plans. Exploration and combat are also big parts of the core game loop. One of the overarching challenges of Satisfactory is the constant need for more power to run more machines to make more stuff. It's all about that sweet, sweet electricity. Luckily for your engineer, colorful power slugs can be found scattered around the world in hard-to-reach, dangerous places. These slugs can be crafted into power shards, which are used to overclock your machines for extra productivity. The search for power slugs, resource nodes, and hard drives will take you far from the safety of your factories into unexplored regions of the map that are infested with alien creatures hungry for human flesh. The combat in Satisfactory is good enough to add to the experience in a positive way, but it's definitely not groundbreaking or particularly exciting. You get a gun early in the game that shoots rebar, but it's a little clunky to control. I prefer to deal with alien pests by hovering over their heads with my jetpack and beating the crap out of them with the Xenobasher. Perhaps the most impressive part of Satisfactory is its high level of polish in terms of technical performance. I've experienced some frame rate drops when auto-saving or entering a new section of the map, but none of the glitches or crashes that you'd expect out of an early access title. Satisfactory's creative, open-ended gameplay, relaxing atmosphere and music, and addictive progression systems merge into a unique logistical playground that I'd highly recommend to anyone, especially someone who likes building or strategy games but doesn't want to deal with complex systems and frustrating mechanics. Plus, you can do this. Thanks for watching this billyGOAT review. I hope you found it informative. Feel free to subscribe and leave a comment if you've played the game and have any thoughts on it. And I'll see everybody in the next video.